I told myself I was gonna leave early today, and it is 6 p.m. and I'm just now getting home. But I did just go to Kroger because I needed just like not even full groceries, just half groceries. So that added some time, but I did leave late, meaning tomorrow gonna be like a half day or something, because remember, I'm a paid employee now. I have a max number of hours that I work per week. Hi, I'm Anna. I'm a mental health clinician out of jail for adolescents, aka juvie. I'm a social worker. I just got my MSW, but if you've seen any of my videos before, you probably already know that. But the actual working part is fresh, is new. This was my MSW internship at a different facility, and they hired me on afterwards. And so I'm about 6 days into being an actual employee, and I'm loving it. So like I mentioned, I'm new at this job, and the last day I vlogged was like my first weeks, so it ended on Friday, and then today is Tuesday. Today I ended up staying late because I found that the workflow of my little mental health clinician job is really weird during a day, in that I could be like really busy early in the morning and then have like nothing to do for 5 hours, and it's not even, oh, I could get ahead on some things. It's like, no, I don't have anything to do, and then all of a sudden in the afternoon something happens and I have like a bunch of paperwork to do. So I have found that it is less stressful for me now because I've already been trained, like I know what to do. I've been doing this for the past since September. So I think that I'm less stressed, which makes it more pleasant now. And I know that if I stay late, I'm getting paid for it. And that means I get to leave early in their future days. And so honestly, it really works out for me so far, at least. It has been an adjustment, adjusting to a new facility, as I'm sure you can imagine. And as I knew was going to happen. The weirdest thing to me is walking on the unit and not knowing any of the boys, just because, as you know, like from my videos, like I talked about it, you can see it in my like last day of field placement video. I really like loved and cared about all of the boys in my old facility, and I know I'll get to that point with these new boys, but it's just weird like walking on the hall and being like, who are you people? And like they don't really know who I am either yet, because it's just starting in absolute square zero for establishing rapport and everything. And there are a few that I feel like I've already kind of started to get to know. I have a caseload of 2 at the moment, which is awesome because that means that I can just like focus my energy on those 2, which is good, you know. But then also like all of the staff I'm getting to know because I don't know any of them, and so it is less of an adjustment because I know the job, know the workload, but also it is still an adjustment because I don't know the people, and they do things just like a little bit differently, you know, just from like place to place, they do things a little bit differently. Overall, good feelings. I'm obviously still getting used to getting in the work routine and like going to work every day, but I mean, that's fine. It'll be especially nice when my first paycheck hits. That'll be nice. And then I mentioned this in my post-grad plans video, but I have started to a little bit get my application together for when I'm applying to license, get my license, take the exam, all of that. Granted, there's still like a lot of parts that need to go together for the actual licensing board and everything. They just need various different documents and everything, but I have started that process. So if the last time you watched a video, I was just a little baby social work student, hello, I'm an actual social worker now. And I'll probably keep talking about that because I keep being excited about that. You know, I did get this little microwave burrito at Kroger, and it's my plan for dinner tonight. I only got 3 days worth of food, or that was the goal. I don't know actually if I did it that well because my sister's bachelorette party is this weekend. And so I leave, sorry, I'll chew, I won't be disrespectful. And so I leave Thursday night to fly to Denver. Hello. Should I come in here and sit in the exact same spot that I sat 24 hours ago? I like having little like post-work catch-ups though. I feel like that's fun. The biggest thing of today is that 1, I did successfully leave early, just a little bit. I also need to leave early tomorrow to not go over my hours. But 2nd is that I did get my like employee ID and punch-in too, which has been my goal because remember, I'm here to get paid. Working to get paid for sure. But today was a good day. I have found, and I don't know if it's time of year or just generally true for the facility or I don't know, kind of like what's going on, but I have found that I have more downtime as a worker at this facility than I did at my previous facility as an intern. And I think part of that is because whenever I was an intern, they really wanted to make sure to like give me a lot of experience, which is definitely a perk, but also meant that I was busy getting a lot of experience. Whereas now it's like, I don't have to necessarily do all of the assessments. I didn't do all of them before, but you know, I don't have to do like so many things so that they make sure I like learn everything. It's kind of just like, oh yeah, I know it, so I'll do it when it comes. But I'm getting to know the kids more, which is good, you know, again, a goal. I did end up having quite a bit of paperwork to do, but I mean, that's just like, that's the day, you know? And so a couple people over on TikTok kind of asked like a few questions, such as like, are there differences between this facility and the one that I was at previously? Like, are they different, I don't know, like purposes or anything? And really they're two of the, I feel like the most similar that there are, like that there can be, in that it's still only boys and it is a pretty small facility. So the one I'm at now is even a little bit smaller. I think their capacity might be the same, but just like of people who are actually there, a bit smaller than the one I was previously at. But they're both all boys, and the like areas that they're in are pretty similar, and so kind of the youth that come in just come from similar backgrounds and everything. Something that is different is at my old facility, the vast majority of the youth and also people I worked with were Black, and at my new facility it's probably still over half are Black, but there's a greater Hispanic population at my new facility than there was at my old one. So that is a difference, but overall they're not like super different facilities. Someone also asked what kinds of things I wear, and I feel like I always make like little side comments of like, you know what, I'm wearing my cardigan because it's jail, or like stuff like that. But as far as actual like dress code and stuff goes, we are supposed to be at least business casual, but it's like a strict business casual, you know, like probably somewhere between business cash and business profesh. And so like I always wear nice pants of some sort, and then we're supposed to wear a blouse. So some days it's a button down, like today it's literally just like a blank tee, you know, it's not like necessarily casual, but it's definitely not a blouse. And then we don't show any skin at all, and that's like kind of an unspoken rule. Like it's not in a written down rule, but just because I work with teenage boys who feel like they're grown, it just makes it easier to have a therapeutic relationship if I am very covered up, you know. It just makes that a little smoother for myself and then them as well. And so whenever I joke about like a cardigan or stuff like that, that's what I mean, is because as I walk on the unit, not that it matters because I swear they have x-ray vision, but you know, I'm usually kind of like this instead of like tight shirt. And then they also always go like long beneath the bottom, the rear end. I'm kind of hot right now though. Yeah, so tonight is gonna look a lot like what my other nights have looked like so far since being a working lady. This is like 1 week total that I've been working. So since being a working lady, meaning that I am gonna go try to work out. I am definitely going to eat beforehand though, because I am quite hungry. And then I know I mentioned it before, but I am flying. Oh wait, I'm flying Southwest tomorrow, and for a second I thought I missed my check-in, but I still have 2 hours till check-in, so we're okay. Because you know with Southwest, you gotta hit that check-in, really gotta hit that check-in. But I am flying to Denver tomorrow for my sister's bachelorette party. So I guess this is my last night in my own bed for a second, which feels funky, but I'm gonna get started on my little post-work routine. Just wanted to catch up a little bit. I haven't been vlogging at all in the morning, honestly, because I've been getting up like 45 minutes before leaving, so I haven't had a lot of extra time, which is kind of fun to sleep in and just feel like low stress, you know, just like, oh, I'm just gonna get some breakfast, get ready, take off. But today I'm actually only doing a half day. I think I mentioned that. I feel like half days like in elementary school and stuff. Like I feel like that kind of excitement. Like I didn't bring a lunch today because I don't need one. I can just like think I'm gonna get one on the way home because I'm kind of out of food at home. Brought like coffee to go. Yesterday I brought a juice to jail and I put it in the fridge and then I forgot about it. So today I'll have a juice in jail. I definitely feel like an art teacher with this little like shawl that I'm wearing. You can't see it. Let's see. It has fringe on the bottom. So I've already gotten stuck to things because it's like looped fringe. I've already gotten stuck to things at home. So we'll have to see if I get stuck to things at jail. I have not packed yet. I honestly really just did not do much yesterday at all. Remember when I said I was gonna go work out? I did go to the gym, but the workout just wasn't feeling good, which then just kind of put me in a slump, you know, where it was like, oh, I should be doing better. Like I broke my routine. I've broken all my habits. I'm the worst, which obviously was just a moment and I got over it, but it just was then that kind of night for the rest of the night. So I was kind of laid on the floor and watched TikToks, which it's been a while since I've kind of unwound in that way. So I don't hate that I did that. It just, I didn't get anything done that I meant to. I started some laundry that's like finishing up now and I'll be finished by the time I get back home. And as I mentioned, I did not pack. So that'll be a this afternoon activity. Today in jail we have our treatment team meeting. So I have one kid that I'm presenting to the treatment team, and that just means like we get feedback and kind of like make sure it's a unified front while treating kids and while like supporting them, interacting with them. So that's at 10, and so then I'll have to do those notes, and then their little like a.bea.s, which is positive behavior incentive system, they get bucks for like good behavior and being respectful and all of that. And so I'm gonna give my kids bucks today before I leave, get my treatment team notes in, and that's kind of all I have.
So it'll be a good day. I feel like it'll hopefully go by pretty fast.
Let's run away together, go live by the sea.
Afternoon check-in time from the same location. I haven't moved the camera at all, which very much shows that this is one of those vlogs that is just like talking and check-ins, I guess, more so than b-roll, at least so far. So if you remember what I mentioned I'm doing today, maybe this is a little hint back there too, but I got off early. I ended up leaving about 12:45, and it was a really good day at work. And again, like we had our treatment team meeting. I presented my kid, like nothing stressful, nothing at all. Just hung out with my coworkers, hung out with a few kids, checked on a few kids, and then it was about time to go. Did my documentation for the meeting, then it was about time to go already. So I came back here, got myself all packed up in this little carry-on boy over there, and then I have 20 minutes right now before my Uber is scheduled to come to take me to the airport. I did go to the gym. It was kind of like last night though, where it just like wasn't that good of a workout, so don't need to talk about it all that much. But all packed up at the airport. I'm really counting on getting Bantam and Biddy, which is a really good restaurant, and at the airport they have $11 meal that is huge tray, more than you could ever eat. Very much Southern soul comfort food, and really looking forward to it. The flight to Denver is about 3.5 hours. No, maybe 2.5. It's hard with the time change. I think it's 3 hours, just about. And so I'm bringing a book that I'll read. I have podcasts downloaded, you know, the whole shebang. As of right now, I think my flight is gonna be, I don't know, jinx anything, but I think my flight is gonna be on time. They had, it originally was taking off at 6:50. I checked a few minutes ago and it said 7:04, but it still said on time. It just said 7:04. It changed the time, gaslighting me, and now it's changed back to 6:59, which is just 9 minutes later than the original, so we'll see. But it takes off 6:59, lands at 8:14 p.m. Denver time, which is 10:14 here, and I go to bed early, so it's gonna be a trip to stay up. But I'm gonna go get my shoes on and just like sit until my Uber comes, because do you guys do that too? Like, I don't know, I can never time perfectly getting ready to leave somewhere, but I also tend to like go for the earlier more than the last minute rush, and so I end up just having a moment where I'm all ready and I'm just sitting like, okay, can I leave yet? No, it's too early. How about now? No, it's too early. So that's what I'm fully planning to do for the next 18 minutes now.
Our dreams on hold, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? We could have it all, we could have it all. When will we let go? When will we let go of all the little things that put our dreams on hold? And we'll grow old like two leather bags, leave footprints on the beach.